What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And today I had planned to put out a video solely covering the new update that came to the game, some of the nice quality of life updates and some of the updates that they sort of hid in the patch notes, just to make sure that all you guys knew everything that had come into the game today. And I sort of recorded that video, made that video, and then I found out about the Look of the Dwarves ring bug that happened at some point shortly after the update. So I'm pretty sure most of you are probably here for that reason. So I'm going to go over that first, and then I'll go into the video that I actually recorded for anyone who is interested in the changes that they made to the game today. So yeah, on screen at the moment you can see the screenshot that is sort of floating around Reddit at the moment, which is a sort of what happened today with the Look of the Dwarves. Somehow with the update they've changed how effective it was. From what I can gather, it wasn't every single boss that was affected. But as you can see from this screenshot on screen, the most prominently affected boss was Nex. So it appears that the effectiveness of the ring was accidentally increased during or just after the update. Not quite sure how this happened because they weren't actually changing how Look worked. All they were doing was making it so that you could see what item had been affected by the Look ring, which means that no numbers should have changed. But yeah, somehow they managed to change this. Drop rates were extremely high. They weren't at 100%, but I'm hearing numbers between sort of one every 2 kills for Nex. So some really high drop rates. As far as I can tell, some like major bosses like Telos don't seem to have infected too much. And this is the only screenshot that I've sort of managed to find floating around. Just some information about it. There isn't going to be a rollback as far as I'm aware. Jagex have not stated it. They tweeted their response, which is just fixed, which is extremely helpful. Like, I'm sure people would have been much happier if they'd just, apologized and actually explained how it happened, or just a little bit more information, like the effect it had, how many items came into the game by accident, what effect it might have on the economy. But no, all they've put is fixed, so hopefully they will come out with just a little bit more information to ease people's annoyance at this sort of glitch actually happening, because it's not the first time it's happened. For those of you who played quite a few years ago, there was the Ring of Wealth glitch where it stacked at Corp, where Corp was dropping 100% sigils in loot share. Unfortunately, I was at school while that happened, and I was so mad when I got home. But yeah, another one of those has happened today, so a bit disappointed to see that similar bugs creeping into the game, and it's not even like a small one. It's a pretty sizable bug to create rare drops coming to the game at almost 100%. It took them, I believe, 3 to 4 hours to fix it, which is a hell of a. You can do hell of a lot of kills, hell of a lot of Nex kills in 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, I'm really hoping they do sort of do an assessment of what effect that could potentially have on the prices of Nex items, because obviously a lot of people have Nex items and make money from Nex. So it'll be interesting to see if they do come out with that. And yeah, we'll jump into the actual video now, and I hope you guys enjoy. What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And I wanted to make a quick update video on what has actually come into the game today, because at first glance it doesn't seem like there's too much on the front page. You actually do have to dive into the patch notes to see what has been updated within the tooltips update for today. So I've picked out a few items that I personally am really sort of excited about, I guess, and also there's a couple of other updates other than the tooltips that are snuck in with the patch notes as well from the ninjas, so I thought I'd cover those as well. So obviously with the tooltips being updated, what that is now, instead of having to right click items to see what is in that item and it pops up in the chat box, you can now hover over it and see what it is. So it's a nice quality of life update that just makes items a little bit more usable and a bit more user friendly, really. So I've picked out a couple of items from my bank where I think this is going to be really helpful. First one, so we've got a gem bag. We can see how many sapphires, emeralds, rubies, diamonds, and dragonstones we've got in there. Our grim gem, so we can see our Reaper assignment, which mine is currently next, and the kills remaining. So scrimshaws now show you the time left on the scrimshaw, and you can see that mine has got 49 minutes left. So when it has less than 1 hour left, the text turns from white to red to give you that warning that there's less than an hour left. Now the next one is I'm really happy about is it shows you which runes you have in your large or normal rune pouch. So you can see I've got my normal runes in there, and obviously it's really annoying when you go to a boss and bring the wrong rune set. So this is great just to see quickly what you've got in there. Other items that have been updated are degradable items, and pretty much most degradable items have been added to the list. So like Torva or all the next sets, weapons, all sorts. There's a whole list of different ones, but I've just picked out a couple from my bank to show examples. So I've got my Cinderbane gloves. Normally you'd have to check charges and have a look down in the chat box, but now you can see at the bottom it says item charge at 86.5%, and another one is the Verts boots, 72.1%, and this does also work for the tier 90 power armor when it's augmented. So you can see that my augmented tectonic robe top and bottom have 2.2% and 2.5% charge left each. So that's really depressing because I'm going to have to get a new set of tectonic soon, which is going to cost me bank. And then the last one is the frozen key. You can see how many charges you got left on your frozen key without having to look in the chat box. So that's really awesome. Now, a couple more updates that they did sneak into the patch notes. Most of them were ninja updates. The first one is a new dungeoneering reward. Now, it is pretty expensive, but it is going to be, I think, quite a usable item, especially for people who have spare dungeoneering tokens sitting around. And it's the advanced gold accumulator. So they had the previous versions, the gold accumulator and the gold accumulator overcharge, and I don't think these items were used that much because I think they got more expensive to use and they were degradable, and obviously no one wants to be spending 250k dungeon tokens every single time one of them degrades. So now they've got this new permanent one. You can add it to your tool belt, but it comes at the cost of 1.5 million dungeoneering tokens, so it's pretty much the most expensive thing in the store, or it is the most expensive thing in the store. It's going to take you 15 million experience to get it, and the cost of using it is going to be that it consumes 10% of the gold that it picks up, but obviously it's going to be definitely worth getting because for a lot of people that slay, do AFK, don't pick up all the drops, so it's just another way for you to automate picking up those drops, just like the advanced bone crusher, which is really nice as well. Now there are a couple of more updates that they did sneak in to the patch notes, which in my opinion are as good if not better than the tooltip updates. So the first one is that the sign of life cooldown now recharges whilst you are logged out, and I absolutely love that. I always seem to use my sign because I die all the time and I hate having to wait an hour of actual in-game time, so now I can just log off or it'll recharge overnight and I don't have to worry about not having that sign when I log back in. And then the next one is sort of changes to Araxi's loot mechanic, and it's not a massive change, don't panic. The only change is that originally the drop was rolled on death, which meant any luck boosting items you had to wear it as the boss died, like with Nex or with any of the other God Wars bosses. Obviously it's a lot easier to switch for a God Wars boss or for Nex because Nex has a long death animation, but Araxo dies just like that, and also the last phase you've obviously got the core and lots to think about. So they've changed it to more of a Telos mechanic where the drop is rolled as you click on it. So now you can kill the boss and then you can click on the corpse after you put your ring on and the luck effect will happen. And one of the nicest updates is that they've now actually shown which drop is affected by the luck ring. So if you roll a drop, say you roll an Araxi's Fang and the luck ring caused you to roll that drop, it'll tell you that's the drop you got. So what I'm going to do is going to go and try and get a drop at one of the bosses somewhere, just to show that off in the chat box, just to show that the ring does actually do something, which will be really cool. And that's also going to work for clue scrolls. And then the final thing they had in the patch updates was just changes to 2 drop rates. So the first one was the Gloves of Passage, which is the gloves from the Magister boss that increase damage of one of the melee abilities I can't remember the name of. So they've increased the drop rate of that from 1 in 2,000 to 1 in 500. And they have also increased the drop rate of, hang on, I'm going to have to check one sec. Yep, they've also increased the drop rate of tier 90 boot components, which I think is interesting from Rune Dragons and Elite Rune Dragons. They haven't stated how much they've increased the drop rate by, but the price of tier 90 boots at the moment is obviously extremely high, especially like a lot of people use the tier 90 mage boots for like Telos. So they're like 50, 60 mil plus at the moment, I think. So yeah, it's quite nice to see that they're making that content more obtainable, I guess. Because it's just crazy to pay that much money for a pair of boots. So yeah, really cool to see that, and hopefully some people will start killing more Rune Dragons, and hopefully some more of those drops will be coming into the game. So yeah, I'm going to go test out a couple bosses, see if I can get the luck ring to activate. First one I'm probably going to go to is just do a couple of Barrows runs, because they've actually added a bank all button to Barrows. So I want to just show off quickly that you can bank straight from the interface there, and I also might just test out a couple of Rax kills as well. Alright guys, so we did a couple of Barrows kills that you can see on screen at the moment. Didn't manage to pick up any items, sadly, and also, but I did manage to show off that bank ore button, which is working, so no bug there. But yeah, I didn't manage to pick up any items to show off the luck message, so decided to head over to Araxor and did quite a couple of kills and didn't actually manage to get anything. So unfortunately I can't show you off a luck message from myself in this video, but I did manage to get someone else's, so just so you can see what it looked like, which I will put on screen now. And I'm hoping that over this week I'll be able to sort of, or at least over the next couple of days, because it's 2-3, I'm trying to get a couple of Araxor kills done, and hoping to put out another Loot from 100 Araxor video. I did that one about 2 years ago, so I would like to do another one of those as soon, or get that out as soon as I can, and also obviously show off the new luck rework, or not rework, or the new luck messages, so hopefully we can get some drops with that. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you aren't too frustrated about the glitch, although it is pretty annoying. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Always is amazing to get some new subscribers, and I am really trying to push and grow the channel as much as I can. I've got some new videos coming out soon. Going to be working on some pre-release live stream videos on the new deep sea fishing, on the mining and smithing rework, and lots of other cool stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.